Yes, I think we can start now. While others are joining, we can start the presentation so that we will finish early and just leave the something. Yes, today we are going to discuss about ANSO scholarship. In our last discussion, in the last presentation that we did, we discussed about overall Chinese government scholarship, and we also discussed the types of scholarship in China. Sorry, the types of scholarship in China. We discussed Chinese government scholarship. We discussed presidential scholarship and ANSO. ANSO is the best scholarship in China for now because of the package that the scholarship has. So that is why it is the best, because it's unlike Chinese government scholarship, PhD stipend is better than the Chinese government scholarship stipend. So this presentation ought to be presented by and delivered by Emmanuel G. Idu, which is a beneficiary of ANSO scholarship for 2020. But unfortunately, his network is very bad and he cannot join us. So I will take over from him. I will present this scholarship on his behalf. So according to what he sent to me, he said the Alliance of International Science Organization, that is ANSO, that is the full meaning of ANSO, is a non-profit, non-governmental international organization founded in 2018. Unlike before, China, we only have Chinese government scholarship and other scholarship like provincial scholarship or other scholarship, university scholarships in China. But later, maybe because of some things that they are putting into consideration, they now invented this uh, ANSO scholarship. ANSO scholarship is being proposed to promote international organization and mutual understanding. So ANSO scholarship support 200 master students and 300 PhD students every year to pursue postgraduate education at the University of Science and Technology of China and the University of Chinese Academy of Sciences, which is UCAS, or Institute for Chinese and Academy of Sciences, that is CAS in China. This ANSO scholarship, what this thing is telling us is that it is not in all universities in China. It is only obtainable in two universities, which are University of Science and Technology of China and UCAS or CAS. Meanwhile, if you are applying for to this USTC, USTC is an institution and it is a very highly ranked university in China, and you can as well apply for Chinese government scholarship in the same school, and they also have something that is called fellowship in the same school. So that means if you are applying to USTC, you are free to apply to Chinese government scholarship, ANSO scholarship, and fellowship in the same school at the same time. But the issue is, if when you apply to USTC, you cannot apply to UCAS. That is, you have to apply to only one institute. Is either you apply for this scholarship through USTC or you apply to the scholarship through UCAS. You cannot apply to UCAS and USTC simultaneously. They will disqualify you. So what are now the requirements of this scholarship? You need your passport. Please, your passport should have at least 1 year validity, no matter how. It should have at least 1 year validity. That is, if you know that your passport will be expired or it has less than a year validity, on the normal circumstances, it should be 6 months. Because I could remember then that when I was applying, when I got my documents, the Chinese embassy will never put visa on a passport that is less than 6 months validity. So I had to renew my passport. It has less than 6 months there, so I had to renew it before then. So I think for this, in this kind of situation, once your passport is less than a year, I think you should be able to renew it. So before you apply for this scholarship, because you must have a year validity on your, you must have a year validity on your passport. So you have a full face photo with 2 inch. That is, maybe it can be a white background, or I think they don't have specific color for that. And according to this, the uploaded photo shall be the same as that used for your passport. Meanwhile, I am not sure this statement is 100% valid, because what of if you have already, if you have maybe you've already done your passport 3 years ago, and you want to apply for scholarship this year. It is not possible to have the same face. Yes, it is not possible to have the same face. What this one is, what I think this statement is saying is that it should be your face, not that you use someone's face in your passport and use another face in this thing. So that is what I believe it is. They said complete CV with detailed education and research experience. Yes, ensure you take away everything not related to academic or research interest. If you need a format of this CV, you can check Dr. Olumuyiwa Igbalajobi's timeline on Twitter, or you can ask me to share mine with you. I can share mine with you. Then original certificate of your master's and bachelor's degree. But if you are still schooling, let's assume you want to apply for PhD scholarship, and you just finished your master's, or maybe the certificate is not yet ready, or you are in your final year. Please go to your school and collect a letter from your student affairs that you will graduate in this year. Just tell them that you will graduate in this year. What? Please, can you all hear me? I'm seeing, I can't hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
I am seeing a message that you can't hear me. So if your certificate now, you know, if you are still doing your master's, if you are in your final year, it is not possible to have certificate when you are not done yet. So you go to your student affairs office, ask them to write a letter for you that you will graduate that year or this year. Let's assume, you know, the application is going to close by March, and you will start, if you are given the scholarship, you will start by September. Let's assume you will graduate by June. So you go to your student affairs office and collect the letter that you will graduate by that time. Then transcripts too, you need your transcript. And about this transcript, I've already explained how to go about this transcript in our last video. This transcript, many of you may not have access to your transcript, but you should be able to know how to go about this. And if you have your transcript with you, please take it to maybe High Court. Yes, High Court is easy. I did mine at the rate of 100 naira when I did my authentication or notarization, because you need to notarize your transcript. The one you are going to upload, you should notarize it. Then now, proof of knowledge of English or Chinese. This English, the knowledge of English, you need it if you are applying to an English mode, English course, or Chinese if the course you are applying to will be instructed in Chinese. See, there is an issue here, like USTC. I think they don't have. I've not seen many, unless if you want to study business education on USTC portal. Their master's program are all in Chinese. That is what I discovered. I think all this thing, their master's and bachelor's degree, they are all in Chinese, except PhD that are in English. That means if you want to apply for master's, use through this UCAS, please. Through this ANSO, you have to apply through UCAS. Try to apply through UCAS. unless if you are applying for PhD. That is when you can, your PhD is in English in USTC. Now, that one you don't need IELTS as a Nigerian. If you have it, it's an added advantage. But if you do not have it, just go to your school, collect a letter from the school that will tell them that okay, your education was instructed in English, so you collect a letter from the school in lieu of IELTS or TOEFL. That is acceptable in China. Now, published academic paper. I always encourage people that don't let your bachelor's degree or bachelor's research or master's research, don't let it just go in vain like that. You can try as much as possible to put it on a Medium, or there is a website that was shared on Twitter sometimes ago that you can publish your paper, your thesis. Your undergraduate project or master's project. You can publish it for free there. And again, you can just put it in the form of writing. Just put it, if you know how to use ARXIV, ARXIV. If you know how to use it, write your paper in form of article, then publish it in that place. Is another way of doing it. But if you don't have, it may I am not sure it will have any negative thing against you. But what I know is when you are writing your motivation letter, always put it in your motivation letter that you have this so research experience. There is no how you graduate from a university that will not have a research experience. It's not possible. So you have to narrate how you did your research and the results and the methodology. Ensure you put it in your motivation. Now, the next required document is motivation letter with detailed research proposal. Yeah, actually, there is a difference between motivation letter and research proposal. Oh, yes. The reason this person put it here that with a detailed research proposal is that in China, they call something study plan. In study plan, you have to put everything. It comprises both motivation letter or personal statement and research statement. Yes, study plan comprises both motivation letter and research plan. The reason that is why they call it study plan, because you have to write why did you pick the school, why did you pick the course, why do you want to study that course, then what are the problems you want to solve in it. After that one, then what are the process or what method will you use in solving the problem. Then after that, which research area do you want to deviate to. Then you can even discuss the length of the program. If it is 4 years, okay, my first year I am going to do this. In my second year, I'll start with literature review. In my third year, I am going to write a paper. In my fourth year, I am going to write a thesis. So that is why they call it study plan. So it is the combination of both your motivation and your research statement. There is a difference between research statement and research plan, please. There is a difference between them. If you are coming for PhD, you will need research proposal. Yes, many schools will ask you to submit research proposal at the same time study plan. So if you see study plan or research proposal, you can write your normal research proposal. But if you want to submit study plan, please ensure you embed your research statement in your motivation, then submit as a study plan. Now, this person said, the contents of motivation letter should include your academic background, yes, as I have said, research experience, the reasons why you are applying to the program, and the study plan and research proposal, and your employment objective after graduation. This means that if you are writing at the end of everything, before you drop your pen, you should tell them your future ambition. You know, nobody will want to recruit somebody that will finish a PhD and go back to the industry. With the little knowledge that I have gathered, and according to what all the people that have the experience about this thing, what they have been saying is that it is not too genuine. And according to an interview I had with one professor from Canada, do you know the question he first asked? He said, "What is your future ambition?" So when I now explained that I want to dive fully into academics, he now said, did I know how why asked me, I said no. He now explained that he does not like supervising anybody that is going into industry after that, because they don't actually serious like that, something blah blah like that. You understand? So that is why in your after graduation, you should ensure you put it. If you are going for uh, PhD, ensure you put it there that you are going in, you are diving into academics straight, something like that. You understand how to persuade them. Then two reference letter. Yes, according to most universities, they will say from associate professor and something professor. You know, in Nigeria, uh, many of our lecturers are senior lecturers, senior lecturers. You see senior lecturers, assistant lecturers, this. I think if I always ask myself, what if you do not have anybody with this title that have taught you in the school? Are you going to manufacture one? Hell no. So if there is no professor or associate professor, I will advise to use people that can write something tangible and sensibly about you. Use somebody that have taught you, that can write sensible thing about you. You know, there is difference between writing something about you that you just say, I know him, he attended my class and he scored 10 in my class, kindly help him. Is that can we call that one a reference letter? No, it must be detailed. The reference letter must be detailed. The person must be ready to help you regardless. The person must be ready to help you, and it must be somebody that have taught you, that knows much about you. And it will even be good if the person wants you to come to him, have a discussion, maybe have an interview with you, then so that the person will know what to write about you. And the letter should be signed, dated, and official headed paper with contact, phone number, and email address of the referees. Reference letter in the body of email will not be accepted. Oh yes, let the letter be on the letter. If your lecturer do not have any letterhead, please, the person can use department letterhead. The person can use department's letterhead. Provisional acceptance form. This form is a supplementary part of application materials. When submitting the application, if the applicant find the supervisor and got accepted, he or she shall upload the supervisor signed provisional acceptance form to the online application. Yes, though both USTC and UCAS said it is not compulsory and neither mandatory to supply this acceptance form, because if you check it very well, most professors are too busy to attend to their email, so they don't have such time. That is why they said only if you are able to get one professor, so you can upload it. But if you can't get supervisor, don't kill yourself. So just try to apply, package your document very well, then apply. So how to find a supervisor? Now, below are different links to different institutes across China. The first link is for the different institutes. The second link is for one of the institutes in the first link. Yes, if you click this link, it will take you to the institutes under this scholarship, under UCAS, all the institutes that are under UCAS that you can select your school from. There are 13 institutes. There are 13 institutes under this Chinese academy, this UCAS. To access the supervisor, click on any institute in the link or click on the second and third link to go direct to the already selected institute website. At the left-hand corner of your screen, you will see instructor or people. Click on it. The list of the supervisors will appear with their fields to have access to his or her profile. Click on any name, the detail of the person will appear. Copy and save it. This is what you are going to use in order to send a request to each of them. If you can't find your field of interest, keep navigating both across the institutes and instructors. I assure you, you will definitely come across the field of your interest, and even far better than the one you have in mind. Yes. So after, let me put this thing in the comment box. Let me put this link in the comment box. Yes, that is the link. Let me put this one as well there. Yes, that is another one. So you just, when you get to this place, you see each, but ensure you use your time, please. It is not possible to just navigate within 5 minutes and get what you want. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's the truth. It is that website is very cumbersome, and it is somehow tedious to navigate. So you just have to take your time, navigate through, check the list of the professors, mail them, and when you are mailing, ensure you mail when the time difference between Nigeria and China is 7 hours, 7 hours ahead. Now we are 2:30 a.m. Yes, so this is 2:30 a.m. It should be around 7:30 p.m. in Nigeria now. So with that, you should know that you can't send your email around this time in Nigeria. When you are sending an email in Nigeria, it should be around 2. I mean, it should be 7 a.m. in Nigeria or 5 a.m. Let it be 5 a.m. in Nigeria. If you want them to really read your whatever you want to send, let it be 5 a.m. You should send your, no matter how, make sure you send it. Meanwhile, you can call around 8 a.m. or send message around 8 a.m. That should be around 1 in China. And that time they will be eating. So they won't attend to your email. So it is better you send by, let's say 3, yes. Send from 3 a.m. Nigerian time, 3 a.m. Send your message 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., at most 4 a.m. By that time, they may check it. And yeah, this is the interface. This is the interface. When you use the second link that I sent, this is the interface that will bring to you. Then he said you click on these people here. You click on people here. Then when you click on people, you come to professor. You already sign it here. You click on professor. When you click on professor, it will now bring the name of the professor here with the research interest, phone number, email, name, research interest, phone number, email. So that is how to search for professors. Now, documents to attach to your email when you are sending your documents. I mean, when you are sending a number to your, an email to your prospective supervisor. Transcript and certificates, CV, and published work. Actually, to me, what I discovered that if you attach something, too many something to your email, especially when you are using Gmail, it probably may not deliver to where you want it to go, especially if they are using the official email. You know, Gmail may count it as a junk, or the email there, the domain email may count it as a junk email, it may not drop to where you want it to drop. I will advise you to just send with your transcript and your CV. Your transcript and your CV. In the body of the email you are going to send, you can now say, okay, I have this so work. I mean, so research experience. I have published this work. You can itemize it. So maybe the name of the something, how to access it, the second, and how to access it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That is, if you want to send the email to the professor, instead of attaching published work, unless if he demands for it, instead of that, you can narrate that you have this experience. This is what you have a paper in which you did this thing, you research about this thing, Well, after you research it, you use this methodology. After that one, you now the result says blah 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 blah. You understand? That is the main. That is how to just go about that one. Just attach your transcript and your CV, because the supervisor is not interested in the certificates. Yes, they only want to cross-check if you have the required background about their own research interest that you want to come for. And probably they may want to check your CGPA. That is why you need to attach your transcript and your CV. So, how to design a research proposal? Actually, there is no spectacular way of designing writing a research proposal, but there are some things that your proposal must have. There are some things that your proposal must have. For more information about that one, you need to read further. But there is something here that design a research proposal is quite simple. You don't need to copy an already done thesis and modify the words to get a research proposal. This is amount of plagiarism. This is copycat. You can't even do that. That is academic theft. If I can put it in that way. You don't copy someone's work and then just change the word and then turn it to your own. No. Meanwhile, if you meet someone that is very broad in that area, there is nothing you want to write that the person may not know. So that is why it is better this presentation has itemized how to go about it. Simple steps to getting a research proposal is that get recent papers of your prospective supervisor. Yes. But the issue I'm having with this statement is that how many supervisors' work do you want to read? So what I always suggest is if this person is working on data mining, you know this person is working on data mining, pure data mining. You should look, and you are interested in data mining. You can look for like 10 professors in data mining. Then what are they solving in data mining? Okay, they are using data mining technique to solve software engineering problem. Okay, is this person doing the same thing? Yes. Is this person doing the same thing? Yes. But if you can't find, that is when you are going to read a lot. If all of them are doing the same thing, maybe using data mining technique to solve software problem, then you can look for only one person's work among them. Read the paper, then get the recent paper of that supervisor or one of them. Read the paper exhaustively, especially the introduction and the conclusion. The method, don't jump the methodology. You don't jump the methodology, especially if you are not too conversant with that area. But the introduction is very, very paramount for you to read. After reading the introduction, you can then check the methodology. After the methodology, you can check the conclusion and the future work. You can then use that, look out for research gap. Yes, the research gap that the person worked on and the future work that they have not done. That is how to get your own research proposal topic. Now, is that how to design a research? Okay, continue. Is that phrases in a paper giving you clue of a research gap? A, too little attention has been paid. B, is still lacking. That is, these are the keywords that you need to check. Too little attention has been paid. This statement means that in this area that I am working on, there is no much mainstream in this area. So there is no attention in this area. You should know that for that person to say, that person must have read extensively. Then for people that have not been doing about, so you can now deviate into that area, then develop research problem in the area. You know, another keyword is still lacking. That is, this area is still lacking this I mean, we still lack more research area in this area, or more mainstream in this research area. So that is how to get, according to this, that is how to get your research topic. It said, develop your research proposal around the research gap you identified. Now, you now use example. He said, look at this. He said, however, too little attention has been paid to the occurrence and fate of ARGs and MGs in such ponds. So, like this one now, this is the problem in this area. He said, too little attention has been paid to this area. That means if you want to develop a research problem here now, you can just look for, okay, what on occurrence of AGS and MGs. So you can also work on AGS and MGs. Despite the considerable amount of research that have been carried out on AGS and MGs for some urban water habitats, a comprehensive study assessing their distribution and dissemination in urban water ecosystem at the city level is still lacking. This is another gap. This is another gap that the person identified here. So once you see something like this, you know that, oh, you can now read this person's work. Oh, okay, Juaneto, 2019. This is still latest, 3 years, yes. 3 years, yes, it's still latest. You can read this person's work. Then you now check the future work from this person. But ensure you understand what the paper is talking about. Then go and check the future work. You can develop your proposal around that future work. Now, issues you might face. Yes, some professors won't even respond. Some professors won't respond to your email. Professors usually sleep in responding. If you don't send it during the daytime in China, chances are your email may never get read. Oh yes, that's the same thing that I said earlier on. Send it when it is daylight. Early in the morning in China, China time by 9 p.m. that should be, 9 a.m. that should be around 2 a.m. in Nigeria. Oh yes, 9 a.m. They resume by 9. They go for lunch by 11:30. 12:30, and by 1:30 they start work again. So you should send in the morning so that they will read your email. No, these are key things to note during your application process. Ensure you get a supervisor before applying, but if you can't, you can still apply. I expect they even put it boldly on the website that you do not need supervisor. It is not compulsory. The reason is they actually know that many professors are busy. That is why they don't compulsory it now. So getting a supervisor, when you see that time is going and you can't get any professor, please apply. But if you think you can still wait to ensure you get one, fine. If you can't get, proceed and apply. However, getting a supervisor gives you an edge and saves you from the random picking of students by prospective supervisor, especially USTC. USTC will send your documents to, they will send your documents to each professor. That is why if you can't get, this is the situation now. If you can't get professor, ensure you highlight your research area and your research wants very well. Be blunt, specific, and don't be ambiguous. You have to be specific about your research interest so that they will align it with the supervisor's interest in the school. Especially if you are able to find a very good research paper from one professor in the school. You can read the paper and develop the future. Then mention the name of that person you read this person's work and you like it. If that is what you put as your research proposal, even if the person is not interested in, another person might develop interest. You should know that only one person it is very rare to see only one person to write a paper. Even if the person is not compulsory, they may check the co-authors and send your work to the co-authors. That is the advantage of, if you want to apply to USTC or you want to write a proposal to apply to that school specifically, I will advise you to, if you can't get supervisor, tailor your research proposal to one professor there. Even if you send message to him and he didn't reply you, ensure you tailor it to somebody and tailor your research proposal to somebody so that they will align it with the person. You can even mention his name. Okay, oh, I read his work. I like the work. He discussed about this. He discussed about which I think I can build on, and I would like to work in his lab. So just be specific and don't be ambiguous. However, okay, once you get a supervisor and have established some sort of communication with him or her, politely request for their WeChat contact for ease of communication. Many of them will even do interview for you. Once you get, once one of them just reply you, when it comes to ANSO, they will want to interview you. That is where you will now know. Once they give you the green light that okay, they accept you, just politely, hey, dear professor, blah 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 blah. Please, I would like so for easy communication. I don't know if I can get this. If you can share your wishes so that you understand. They don't use WhatsApp. Oh. You can adopt the translation of your cold email to Chinese before sending it to a prospective supervisor. Actually, the translator, the translator, like especially Google, what you will write is different from what that thing will translate for you. So it is better to look for somebody that is very good in Chinese that can translate for you. You can even make a friend with a Chinese person, or look for the look for the one of the students in the person's lab or anyone in China to just translate for you. Because if you write something in Google Translator, write something in English, it will translate it to another thing for you in Chinese. But in all the same, if you can still do it, you get a good software that can translate from English to Chinese for you. Good. You can just, after writing everything up, just put it down. But let your English be the very first one. Then the Chinese can come down. Now, application proper. Once you launch the website, this is the interface for the UCAS. This one is solemnly for the UCAS. Now, on the application portal, please note, you are expected to capture your secondary and primary details. You are expected to upload your WAEC or NECO certificate and also your first school living certificate. If you don't have, go and get it. You can apply for 3 scholarships at a time by just ticking the boxes available. This scholarship includes ANSO, CSE, and UCAS scholarship. Yes, the same thing applicable in the USTC, the university there too. You can apply to ANSO, CSE, and fellowship. They call it fellowship. I think the difference between this ANSO and CSE, I've already specified it before, and I've discussed about that. And CSE and UCAS, I think they have the same value. If I'm not mistaken, they have the same value, the same thing. But the difference between this ANSO and CSE is that ANSO will not give you accommodation. You are to rent an apartment from your stipend, which is 6,000 RMB. After the first year, if you pass the PhD Viva, that's the first year. Once you start your second year, they will increase it to 7,000 RMB. It's a big money, bro. So, yeah, that is that. If you do we have anyone with question? Do you have question? Do you have question? Any question, please? You can unmute yourself.
Okay. All right. You're hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm Barasa Roman.
Okay, you're welcome, sir.
I live in Uganda. I live in Uganda. So my question was about notarization.
Okay.
Because I was planning to yeah. Now I'm looking at do we take the original copies or the photocopies
Yes. You
of the
know, when
certificate
you
and
get your
transcript?
documents from the school, you get original. Don't let anyone
Mm.
notarize your original copy. Once you get your original, you make photocopy of the original.
Mm.
Once you make the photocopy of the original, you can then take the photocopy and the original to the High Court or to any legal practitioner that will legalize the documents for you. They are to place a seal or stamp on the photocopy, not the original.
Okay. Do we when we are applying in the portal, do we have to send these scanned photocopies or the original?
Okay, I get you. Um,
Mm.
in some, if you are applying to other schools in China, that is why I'm making a video. I will still do it, but the present video I'm making after this one is the list of the universities that are not demanding for application fee. Yes, I have already made a video about that, and I'll still do more. I only did 5. I still have 5 left now. In those universities, there are some that will not ask you to send your document to the school. You understand? There are some that will just ask you to apply online alone. Especially, I know I can remember of Fudan University and Zhejiang Science Tech University. You are to only apply online, then submit. No, no hard copy. But many schools
Okay.
in China will ask you to send hard copy. So that is why you are mandatory to read the requirement very well if you are to send hard copy or not. In each video that I do, I always put it there if you are to send hard copy or not. But if you are to send hard copy, please, you have to do that before 31st of March.
Okay. All right. Then another question
Okay.
is because I'm just in the process of arranging all my
Okay.
documents that are required. So I'm asking, is this one on a first come first serve basis, or I can take my time as long as I don't exceed the deadline?
Actually, if I tell you that I know much about that, that would be a fallacy. Yes, that would be a fallacy. You know,
Mm.
right from the onset, I always do
Mm.
my things very early. If I want to apply
Oh
to
yeah.
a school, that is what worked for me in this school that I am.
Mm.
Once I know, I always sit down with the system. Once I know that okay, they will start tomorrow, I always get my documents ready. So once I get my document, once they start today, I am applying today. That is how I do my things. So I don't wait to see whether they are testing their website or not. No, I don't want to know whether they are testing or not. I don't take chance. I'm telling you, we don't
Okay.
know the logical things behind their selection. Maybe those people that apply early, or maybe the department must have done. Okay, let's assume I didn't apply early. You know, there are some schools that review application first come first serve. What if the department want to accept
Oh
like
yeah.
10, and some people maybe almost 60 already apply in the very first day, and they've done their review? All other people that are submitting their listing, I'm not sure they'll have any chance. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh yeah.
So that is what I believe you. If one wants to apply early. Another advantage of applying early is that if you are sending documents, like me, I think I sent my document to 2 schools when I was in Nigeria, and I used post office 9 post in Nigeria. It was 2,500 naira Nigerian money then. It took 3 weeks. So deduct 3 weeks from the 3 months that they want to. You see, even what if it
Oh yeah.
takes longer time?
Oh
That is why
yeah.
you have to apply early. You get everything ready early, then apply early. That is what I always advise people.
Well, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Maybe the last question I would be asking is about because for you already living in the country, um, do you find it possible for the country to be opening up in the new year?
Do you what?
Do you see the China opening up in the next few
Border.
months?
Okay,
Yes, the
their
border
border.
opening.
I should be blunt with you. I can't see. I can't see any green lights. One, me, I don't go out, and all these character they are sending around, all these language characters, I can't read. I can only identify a few characters. So that's why I don't disturb myself reading anything. All these their own social websites, I don't have the time. I have to go to the lab, from lab back to my room, from my room back to the lab, from lab back to the room. So that is how I do my things. I don't now know whether, but I saw a picture. That picture depicts a message that was sent by Nigerian University Nigerian Agricultural University to their international students, asking about how they have been coping or something like that. That they should tell them their vaccine or something, blah blah. But what I can see there is that it's like they want to open the border and make people come back to China. But I'm not 100% sure. But once it is very clear, it will show. But the advantage is we don't know. What if they decide, like China decide anything anyhow they want? No, but they won't inform you anything ahead. No. Today they may stand up that, okay, today we want to open our border tomorrow. You can't question them. They may decide that, okay, tomorrow, okay, we were the one that said we are doing a scholarship yesterday. Okay, today we are not doing again. You can't question them. So they they put up law and they abide to it immediately without any grunting or anything. That is how it works in China. So to me, I believe they may at any time, they may open their border. Even tomorrow they may decide to open. But the bottom line is to get that scholarship ready. You should not, okay, I have something somewhere, okay, I have scholarship somewhere. If once they open, you just pack your bag and run. It is better than thinking that they will not open their border, will not do. If you don't apply, they don't have problem with that. If you apply, they still don't have problem with that. You are the one that have the problem. That is how I see it. If you think they will not open their border, what if they open? If you say you are taking this thing online, the good thing about this is that even if you are given the scholarship, you may decide not to come now. You can tell them, okay, I don't want to receive online lecture. I will come next year. Your scholarship will be there, bro. They will not cancel it. They will not cancel it
for the next year.
Yes. You can take it up anytime.
Okay. Thank you so much, Adekunri.
You are welcome.
I've been following you for a very long period of time, and I find your tweets so much informative, especially when you come to the side of Asia. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
I wish waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning to feed us with knowledge is something that is very much
we need
appreciated.
to carry ourselves along. That is why. No problem.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You are welcome. All right. Any other question, please?
Hello, good afternoon. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thanks for the lecture. Thanks for the presentation. It's quite insightful and exciting.
You are welcome, sir.
We really appreciate it, and we wish you best of luck in your studies.
Amen, please, sir.
I'm a PhD prospective candidate, and I want to find out more because I missed part of the presentation, the aspect whereby you are talking about applying through ANSO, UCAS, USTC. I want you to shed more light on it, though I plan to read more about it on the internet, but if there is a way you can guide. And as regards the issue of supervisor, my experience over time, though you have also explained better in your presentation that most of the supervisors from Asia country don't respond to mails. It's not only in Asia, even in Canada. It's only US that we get some response, even if the response is not even positive. But most of them from Asian countries like China, like Australia, like Singapore, hardly they do respond to mails. So is it compulsory to get a supervisor before applying? And another thing is that I want you to shed more light on the application through ANSO or UST, because their website is somehow cumbersome. I've tried to explore most of the information on this CSC scholarship in the last 2 years. I've been having issues. I got stuck most of the time. So I don't know if you can guide me more on it, and what are the chances of getting uh, funded PhD, at least in that aspect, or is it advisable to take another master's, because my own master's now is more than 6 years. So, and I want to apply in the area of biological, biomedical, or life sciences. I'm a medical person. So I don't know if you can guide more or you can be my mentor, because is
All right, sir. I think I can understand you very well, sir. Yes, let's from though I record this thing, this our session, and I will send it to everybody after this session. I will send the video to everybody so that you can still go about it. But let me answer your question, sir. You said we about ANSO, I mean about UCAS and USTC. Okay, this is it. Chinese government scholarship. There are more than 90% universities in China that participate in Chinese government scholarship. You see, let's start from this place. China have different scholarships. One, Chinese government scholarship, which is type A, type B, type C. Type A is bilateral scholarship. Type B is university selected scholarship. Type C is for the political blah 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 like that. I've forgotten that. What is it? So after CSC, we have ANSO. After ANSO, many schools have presidential scholarship. After that one, many schools have what is called local, like a provincial scholarship. After that one, we have Confucius scholarship. You see, all these scholarships are available in China. But the best of the best scholarship in China are ANSO and CSC. So if you now want to apply, you have to apply to maximum of 3 universities for CSC in China. I mean, if you want to apply for CSC in China, you have to apply to maximum of 3 universities. Now, one of the university is UCAS. Another university is USTC. These 2 universities now have a scholarship that is called ANSO. Apart from these 2 bodies, there is no other universities that take part in ANSO scholarship. So that means you can apply for ANSO in USTC or apply for ANSO in UCAS, but you cannot apply for ANSO in UCAS and in USTC. You have to pick one.
Yeah, okay.
You have to pick one. If you want, meanwhile, if you want to apply for ANSO through USTC, you can apply to 3 scholarships: ANSO scholarship, CSC scholarship, fellowship. That is in USTC. You can apply if you are ready to apply to, okay, I want to apply to the USTC. You can apply to 3 different scholarships: ANSO, CSC, and fellowship. Those are the 3. Now, that is for USTC. If you want to apply for this ANSO through UCAS, you can apply for ANSO, CSC, and UCAS scholarship. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, I understand you.
So that is the difference between them. But the problem is, don't forget, you cannot apply for ANSO in USTC and ANSO in UCAS. No, you have to pick one. So that is the difference. About the prospective professor, it is not mandatory now.
Okay.
It is not mandatory to, if you check their website, they put it there. That when I was presenting it, I said,
Yes,
if you know,
mention it.
if you know you do not have, or no professor is replying, or no one has replied you, what you need to do is read one of their paper. If you funny enough, you can read like 5 papers before you get the one that you like among them. You can just pick, oh, I like this paper. Read the abstract. Before you select their paper, just read the abstract. Once you get the abstract, if it is not saying something that you like, you can discard. But if it is saying something that you like, you can read the introduction, read the methodology, read the conclusion, then the further work. Then you can now use it to draft your own proposal. Then when you are now writing your study plan, ensure you mention the name of that person, that I read this person's paper and I like the work. That is why I am doing this work. So in order not to limit your gap, not to limit your chances to only that person, you can also say the following professors are also working in this my research interest. You can mention like 4 or 5 of them. You know the reason why you have to mention them, so that it will not give them problem to locate who to give you, to give your research proposal to. It will not be difficult because you do not have professors. Help them to identify professors that you will like to work with.
That your research interests are aligned together.
Yes, that are in line together, that you know that I like this work and I have the prerequisite knowledge about this research, so I want to do it. Mention their name. You can mention like 6, don't mind, so that it won't be that this something. But maybe if you now know that you are sure of yourself, you can just limit it to 2 people. That these people also, I also read some of their work, and their works are fascinating. So I would like to also be considered in their lab. So you can now mention their name, so that it will be easy for them to locate who can supervise you. That one can, I am not sure that one will have any negative effect on your application. I am not sure of that. I'm not sure of that. But I know that it will enhance it. It will be easy for them to locate who to give your application to. And about the years you graduated from the university for your master's, it does not have anything to do. It does not. I am sure that since you graduated, you have been working.
Yes, so, I've been working, I've been doing research, I've been involved in research and publications.
So those are the things that is another advantage anyway, because many young graduates now do not have much research experience. So that is another advantage for you, I think. So there is nothing like the something is old, the year is old, the something. I graduated since 2013 and I got admission in 2019. They never told me that it's old. So I'm not sure that has anything to do.
Sometimes some people used to say there is knowledge gap or research gap. So
yes, you know, the research gap that we mentioned in that place is what are the identified problems, existing problems in that field that you want to research on. That is the research gap. Do you understand?
I understand you. I got your explanation.
Okay. Have I yes. responded to all your questions?
Yes, you've tried. Well done. You've tried. Thank you.
All right. Any other question?
You are going to drop your email for us. You send the lecture and your email, so that if we still need any.
Yes, I will use my email to send the record of this meeting, so that if you have any question, you can reply me from the email, and you can also watch, because I am going to upload this thing on our YouTube channel, so that anytime that you a chance, if you need the material to go back to, you can just check it and rewatch again, just watch it again.
All right, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning. I don't know the time you are there, or good afternoon.
No problem. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Amen, sir.
I really appreciate you even finding out time to see how you can also develop other Africans like you and help our life. Me in particular, getting admission is not my problem. Like, I had like almost 8 admissions in US, in Canada, different places. And I had the intention of probably going to sponsor myself before initially. That was my plan. But ever since I stumbled upon your page on Twitter, even with Dr. Lumiwa, I've really had this a rethink that no, other people are doing it. I can also do this myself.
Yes, sir.
Going by the story that even Dr. Lumiwa said, he said he left Nigeria with just 10K.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he said he left Nigeria with 10K. And I've heard your story and some other persons too. So this has really encouraged me, not just in a way of maybe just seeking admission now, but it has improved me. Like currently now, I'm even working on some research project with some guys, like myself also. We're trying to publish a journals. So at the end of the day, we are trying to see how we can publish like 4 journals before the end of the year as a target. So I'm talking now because I would really like to connect with you. Like I would just like to, just like the other guy said, probably, we are not much now. According to, you said the number of people that registered are about 200. I don't know if you can just do it. I know it will be very stressful for you, sir. I know, because you're a very busy person. You have your own schedule and things that you want to do. But we would like you, sir, if you can just find out time to carry us along, coach us, teach us on the right things to do. Maybe whenever we are doing something, we can always send whatever we are doing for you to proofread or just go through it and see wherever there's a need for correction. You tell us if there's any update like this. We also like a one-on-one relationship now, not just talking once in a while on the phone. Now we want to be in touch. We want to have you like our own personal person that we can always relate to, that we can always run to for whatever things that is bugging us and things that we need, or maybe we don't understand at that particular time. So that's just why I'm talking now. So that, sir, it's just from my own part. Please, I know it will be very hard. I know it may not be easy, considering other students that maybe as time goes on, you get to meet new people every day. But I'm just saying, please, sir, just accept us and just mentor us. Because it's not just we talking now, and at the end of the day, we will not have access to you again. Or the thing will be so.
That cannot be, sir. Actually, are you following me on Twitter?
Yes, sir, I'm following you.
You can always reach me. Okay. Meanwhile, did you receive message from me about this program?
Yes, I got a message.
That is my personal email. So
okay,
case if you have any question, you can, if you can't reach me on Twitter, I know I always conversant on Twitter anyway, because of some other things, maybe to connect with people, because the likes of Olumuyiwa, all these things, I see them as a mentor as well. Let me be candid with you, because he's a senior to me. Olumuyiwa is a senior to me. I don't know him. I only know him through Twitter, but I always see him as a senior. So in case, and the likes of my third scene, any question that I always have about US and Canada, I always ask them. I always bother them. But when it comes to China application, no problem. You can always reach me. You can always, whether on Twitter or on the email. Meanwhile, I'll still use the same email to send this video to you, the link to this. I'll still use to send it to you. So in case if you haven't, maybe you've written your personal statement or you've written your research proposal or whatever, and you need me to proofread, or you need any question from me, you can always reach me there.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Yes,
Thank you very much, sir.
I
appreciate, sir.
No problem, sir. Any other question, please? Can we call it a day? And for the person that asks if NECO is accepted, please, NECO is 100% accepted. NECO is like WAEC. They should remove, there is nothing like disparity between the two of them. So they accept NECO. Any other question, please? Can we call it a day?
Yeah, I'm good to go, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Let me first. I think we should take a picture. Is it possible?
Oh yeah, let me get some light.
Yeah, on your video, everybody. Let's see if I can do the video.
So there's no light here, so I'm in a dark.
Okay. Okay, I understand. Let me just snap it that way so that you just know that. Okay, let me take a picture. My yeah. I wanted to pronounce your name. That it should come up. Yeah, let me snap us. Yeah, nice to have you guys around.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Take
We're
care.
looking forward to
Thank you,
work with you.
sir.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
All right, sir. All
All
right.
right.
Yeah, have a nice time.
And you too.
All right. Yeah.